This is Roar to Success, episode number 7. Number 1. Which fraction model represents 4 copies of 2/3? So A is actually 3 copies of 2/3. We actually want 4, so that one does not work. B is really 2/4, which is really 1/2. That's also incorrect. C is 2/3, and there's 4 of them. That's the one that we want. So the answer is going to be letter C. D is actually 4 copies times 1/2, and that's obviously not what we want. The answer is going to be C. 4 times 2/3. For number 2, it says which expression is equal to 45 over 32? So if it's 45 over 32, the way you would read it is 45 is being divided by 32. So the answer is going to be letter B. For number 3, it says Mr. Liu ran for 1 3/4 miles on Monday. So let's draw a tape diagram or a bar diagram. So I ran for 1 3/4 miles on Monday. And then on Tuesday I ran 1 5/8 miles. Which expression could be used to determine the amount of miles Mr. Liu ran altogether? So I'm trying to find the total. So that's going to be the sum. That's X. For me to figure out X, I need to add these two. So it would be 1 3/4 plus 1 5/8. So what I'm really going to do is I'm adding the wholes together. So that's going to be 1 plus 1. And that's either C or D. I'm going to cross out B and A. And then for the fractions, I would do 3/4 plus 5/8. I need to find something called the common denominator, the lowest common denominator, and they both share the number 8 in common. For this fraction, I'll just leave it at 5/8 because it's already out of 8s. And for the first fraction, it will be 4 times 2, and also 3 times 2, that will be 6/8. So I would find the one that says 1 plus 1, and then plus 6/8 plus 5/8. In this case, there's none, but we do know that C is what we really want because that's 1 plus 1, and the 6/8 is really the 3/4, and then the 5/8 stay the same at 5/8. So for letter C, they didn't change it to common denominators, they just left it at 3/4 and 5/8. So we actually did more work than we needed. However, it's still correct. 1 plus 1, so the whole number needs to be added together, and then 3/4, which is really 6/8, plus 5/8. And that's the end of episode number 7.